Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. So today I did a little doodle of Sir Arthur from the arcade game Ghosts and Goblins, and it was suggested to me by my friend Jesse Rhodes from the channel Gaming Gaming Dungeon Productions. Ooh, that's a mouthful. We just call him GDP for short. So, anyways, he Twitch streams, and he has and I know it's in his name, Gaming Dungeon, but he literally has like this whole basement like decked out from wall to wall, ceiling to floor in video game stuff. It is so cool. Like it looks like a video game museum in a small room. Like it's amazing. And we're talking lights everywhere, arcade games, every console you could possibly imagine, like vinyl figures, artwork, vinyl records, and just on and books upon books. Just beautiful. All of it's beautiful. It's amazing. And I don't really catch a lot of his Twitch streams because like he streams so late at night. We're talking like midnight, 1 o'clock, he'll start streaming. And I'm asleep. Your girl's taking a hibernation at that time of night. I mean, like, I'll stay up late, like, on the weekends, or every now and then, like, during the week, I might maybe stay up till 1 in the morning, but not often anymore. Like, the older I get, the harder it gets. It's like when you stay up late like that, the next morning feels like you're super hungover. Like, that's what it feels like, anyways. Well, I did happen to catch one of his streams, and we were hanging out, and it was all like Ghosts and Goblins themed, like the whole night. So we were listening to all the soundtracks on his vinyl records, and he was playing some of the games and talking about it. He was showing off like some of his collector's items and his like video game books and things, and it was all really, really cool. And he said that he would love to see me draw something from the game, and I was like, absolutely, like I'll add that to my list. And he's an artist too, and I'm gonna share a couple of pictures of his artwork, and I'll put a link in the description to his Instagram. And just if y'all are curious and want to go follow him, I love like, and y'all know me, I love sharing other artists on my channel. And I've even collabed with Guild of the Flying Tortoise before. Like, well, they've always reached out to me. Like, I don't ever come up with any good ideas, so I'm like, I don't even know what I would even come up with for an art prompt. People always be giving me suggestions. Like, y'all know I'm like one brain cell up in here, TV static half the time. I do get like super duper proud of myself when I come up with something super unique because it's like a once in a blue moon light bulb moment kind of thing. So anyway, like yeah, he's an oil painter and he paints a lot of video game themed stuff, and like he's phenomenal. He's amazing. And so there's that. And I sent him the picture of Sir Arthur when I was done with it. And he said, nice. And I was like, yeah, nice. It looks great. Not anything close to your work, but still cute. Anyway, so yeah, that's what this whole doodle is about. And speaking of art though, I was showing my new coworker, Criselda, the 1000 art collab stuff that's going around on YouTube. So 1000 did like an art collab last year, and it was so popular he brought it back this year with 2 canvases this time being sent from artist to artist, artists across the world. And so showing it to her, and we got to talking, and we decided that we're going to come up with a project called like with the same premise, but it's like going to be centralized to our location. So it's going to be called the 2023 Paris Art Collab. And we're going to like do an artist call for people to submit like contact info so we can get a hold of them for when it's like the next person's turn to add their painting to the canvas. We'll call them and say, hey, we drew your name out of the bowl. Would you like to be the next one to pick it up? And then they'll pick it up. And we got to write the rules down, you know. But we're thinking like the artist can have up to 2 weeks to add their piece to the painting. And then, you know, they bring it back and we'll take their picture and post them on the Facebook for the Paris News, and them holding the painting up and tag them, you know. And then we'll tag like the next artist and who gets picked. And we're going to document like the entire journey. And when it's all said and done, and each person can write like a little blurb, you know, about their experience and what they painted and why. And then when it's all said and done, we'll do like a whole story on it in our magazine, and then we're going to donate the painting to charity. So like it'll be donated to, we have a lot of like charitable auctions in town throughout the year, every year, and so the money that gets generated from the sale of the painting will be donated to charity, you know. So I thought that was really cool idea, and like I love that we thought of it like together, and we make a really good team. And so she's going to be the very first person to paint on it, and then she'll pass it over to me. I'll paint on it next, and then we'll start drawing artists, you know. And I'm really excited. I said she said, do you think we should paint on it? I said, we're starting it, of course we should paint on it. And then I asked her, I said, well, what are you going to paint, you know? And she's like, well, I'm very culturally driven, so I'm thinking of doing something like that. And then I got her thinking, like, why don't we just do a theme, you know? And y'all, I'm going to share right now in the video some of Criselda's artwork as well, because she's so talented and she sells stickers and t-shirts on her Etsy shop. So I want to like share that in this video, and I'll also link in the description her Instagram channel, or her Instagram channel as well. Yeah. I just think like, you know, just artists supporting artists, like she's amazing, you know. And so yeah, she was showing me some of the rough sketches she'd come up with, and I was like, they're gorgeous. I was like, gosh. She said, well, what are you gonna do? And I said, if it's cultural themed, like I don't even know. Like I didn't have a clue. And she says, well, what are, you know, so we were talking about like our we had already been talking about our ancestry DNA stuff like prior, a couple days before, because we had gotten on the topic of it, you know. And I said, oh yeah, you know, I did say I was like half European. um so I had a couple years ago been talking to my friend Suzette, who lives in the UK, and I had actually asked her if she could share with me a fun like UK like story or tradition or something. And she had told me this like fun little story about like how you have to say like good morning to the bees, or you had to speak to the bees and stuff. And I can't remember the details just off the top of my head. I just remember that part, so I'm gonna have to go back to our conversation and reread it. But it really was like the cutest little story about just chit-chatting with bees in your garden. Like it was too cute. And so I mentioned that, and Criselda was like, well, you should paint that. That's amazing. Like that's a great one right out of the gate. And I was like, yeah, you know, you're right, you're right. So yeah, like that was really fun. So now I gotta come up with a concept for a bee, which it is not hard. There's so many ways you can draw a bee though. I'm just got to like just sketch it out and just see whatever just comes to me in the moment, you know. I'm one of those type of people. Um, I can write down my list of the things I want to draw, but the way it's gonna turn out in the end, it all depends on like your mood and how you're feeling in the moment, and different art styles, you know, it can vary, and it's very fluid and weird, and I don't know. I don't even know. But I'll be sure to definitely I guess whatever I do decide to do, share that process with you guys. But there's so many options to pick, you know. I did my ancestry DNA the beginning of this year. It was around Christmas time, and it was really exciting. I come to find out, you know, I'm half European, a quarter Scottish, an eighth Irish, and then after that, it just keeps going down. So it's like 7% Finnish, and then there was like some Swedish/Danish, a little bit of Welsh, and then like 2% West Asian slash Middle Eastern area. Like on the map, it was circled over like Turkey and in that whole section. And when I was telling Griselda about it, she did her ancestry DNA a while back too, and she was like, she got a lot of like Native American, Hispanic, and African American and stuff like that. So we were just talking about our stuff, and I said, "Girl, I got like two little tiny pepper flakes in a big bowl of milk," and she was laughing. I thought that was so funny. Oh man. Anyway, I loved like the whole ancestry journey, like I got to go back on my grandma on my mom's side, her timeline, like, or DNA line or tree branch or whatever you want to call it, all the way back to the Swedish ancestors, back to when they immigrated to America, and I thought that was really cool, and of course we already knew about the Irish side, like right out of the gate. In fact, I was kind of surprised that I was only an eighth Irish because I thought it was more like a quarter, which is fine, is what it is. But yeah, we had already known all about the story on it. There's some chick in our family that did a bunch of digging, and she's got an entire website that she built dedicated to like the timeline and all the way back to like when we were the Fitzgeralds, and like how we were like our ancestors were like royalty, and we're talking things like barons and earls and dukes and things like that, and when they immigrated to America, they changed their name from Fitzgerald to Baron to keep their royal ties and stuff like that, which I thought was a really cool like little tidbit of information. So anyway, I know I like went on like a whole tangent just then, like rambling on and on. But I just thought it was like kind of fun to talk about. And if any of y'all guys like have any fun like stories about, your family, your culture, or your traditions that y'all have held over the years, like do share them in the comments. I'd love to read them. I think that stuff is so interesting. So yeah, maybe I'll paint a bee. Maybe I'll paint something else. I don't know. I'll figure it out in the moment. So yeah. Anyway, thank you so much for stopping by. You guys have a great night, and I will catch you on the next one. Bye.